Good evening and welcome to Love Angels Light TV. This is Eileen from Love Angels, and tonight I have Danina, the Futurist Psychic, back with us. Welcome back.
Goodness, we had a couple of little technical difficulties, but hopefully things will now run smoothly. So, fingers crossed.
Hopefully. Everything crossed. Oh my gosh. That was so much fun though.
Not we can do it another night. It's all good. Happy to do that.
That's exactly right. That's awesome. I really enjoy when we have you on, and I know that the people that I have who are regular followers of my page will sometimes come to me and go, "I'm so sorry, I went and saw this psychic that you had on your show." I go, "But that's the point."
You'll have to repeat that bit. I missed it. It went all glitchy again.
Oh my gosh, technology glitches are so fun.
So you've had some of your listeners who have come to see me, yes?
And they kind of, when they tell me about it, it's almost like they feel guilty that they've cheated on me.
You know what? I encourage them to go and see different people because each time there's a reason why you've had to go and have a reading with someone else, and I never worry about giving more work to more of us out there. I think it's fabulous, but I get clients that won't go to anyone else, and I say, well, try. There might be something that they might bring through that I haven't yet. So I encourage it. But yes, it's lovely. It's lovely that some of your listeners have been to see me, and I hope the feedback for you has been positive. I certainly love doing what I do. So now I'm not actually getting anything up. I'm not getting anything up in my feed, so I can't see if there's any comments. So if you could put them up, that would be awesome. That come through.
No worries at all. Hello, Tammy. Hello, Jane. Hello, Dika. Hello. Lots of people coming on already. I would really appreciate it. We are glitchy. We are here. We are moving through this whether technology likes it or not. All right. Mick says that he is concerned with how the career will unfold next year.
Okay. All righty. Big Mick. Am I reading that right? Okay, look, I feel that where you've been working and the type of working you've been doing, I feel like it's been a scramble. I feel like it's put in a lot of doubt and a lot of uncertainty on where this company's headed. And I feel that June, July is a very positive time of the time frame, and they're saying that full steam ahead, but a little bit differently. I feel like there's some travel involved, and I definitely feel like not being grounded. These are the words that they're giving me as I'm describing this. So feeling like you've got a bit more freedom, feeling like it's actually, and there's a good feeling. I feel like that business is going to start to improve, and feeling like you're finally not stuck. This last 10 to 12 months. So January, February, I still feel a little bit stuck, but March going right through into July, I just feel like the momentum's building. They're showing me an offer of some new responsibilities and some extra money that's included in that. It doesn't feel that you're walking away from what you're doing. I just feel that it's finally concreting, that you're actually, okay, my wheels have hit the ground and now raising up, and we're heading off. So hang in there. It is going to get better. I feel that something new will be offered, and there's a connection from overseas for that. Don't feel that everything is passing you by, Mick. I feel like there's some new opportunity and new responsibility. So just trust that you're heading in the right direction. Don't give up. It's very easy to give up, but they don't want you to, and there'll be reason to celebrate after March. So I hope that gives you a little bit of an idea, and keep us posted. And if you can give me some feedback on that, that would be wonderful. Thank you. Oh, I hope you're not frozen. Ah, technology. Okay, who do we have next, my love?
Am I frozen? One second. Dika, if you are on my profile page, that's probably why you can't see anyone else's comments. But if you jump over to Love Angels Light, there's more people there. Well, you know how it is. All right, I don't know if you can answer this. Maybe you can answer this because, maybe.
Okay, Tammy, I just want to say that your vibration is really low at the moment. It's not the amount of people that are trying to get through to you. It's just that your own natural barriers and your own natural systems in keeping everything at bay spiritually is very, very low. So that vibration needs to be raised, and you need rest. You need to it's almost like you just need to say to everybody, I'm closed today, can you all please leave? I'm not able to handle. I need you to, if you can, and if you have a bath, I need you to fill it with some lovely hot water, some magnesium, rose water if you can have it, some lavender. And I also want you to throw some crystals in there, and I want you to put in the crystals that you're attracted to. Obviously round ones. Don't get the sharp ones whilst you're in the bath. Just some nice tumbled crystals would be lovely. And I just feel like you need, it's like a layer of mud all over you, and this vibe, and it's like you've taken some negativity and taken the worries of the people around you, and you're very muddy, lovely. So there's a need for you to cleanse. If you can jump in the ocean, that'd be fantastic. But I just feel very coated, and my vibration is extremely low. And when it's low, we can tend to attract a lot of negativity, and in our spirit world, they tend to overtake us. So the first rule is go away. I'm having a break, but then you need to actually do some deep cleansing for yourself, and as soon as possible, and give yourself the night off. I know that it's not easy in the things that we do, but I have very strict guidelines of what I allow, and I make sure that I look after myself on a regular basis so that I'm not tarnishing my soul. That's the best way to describe what I'm very mindful of. So your vibration, your health, I don't feel that you're sleeping very well. I think there's some things going on, relationship, family, work-wise, that is, and I just feel that you're run down. So if we can do something restorative, and reset that, you'll very, very quickly you'll start to feel much better. If you can sage your bathroom before you actually get in the bath, that's a fantastic thing to do beforehand as well. So Tammy, let us know how you go. But that's certainly a way of just being able to restabilize yourself. So good luck, and hopefully you can do those things and be feeling 100% very, very soon. Thanks, Tammy.
This was Big Mick.
Oh, that's lovely. Just hang in there, honey. It definitely will be a lot better. Okay, who do we have next?
And this is Tammy.
It's not a psychic attack, Tammy. It's just an overload. All right. Don't be afraid that you're not in control. It's just you're tired, and there's too much going on, and it's hard enough to cope with the human physical world, let alone the spiritual one on top of that. So look after yourself. That has to be number one. So a bath or swimming in the ocean will be a good start for you. So hang in there. Okay, my love. Yeah. Who else have we got?
Stop.
Oh, here's our beautiful angel, Robin.
There we go. That's one random one.
Hello, beautiful.
All right, guys. So Danina is the Futurist Psychic. Can you just, for those who haven't seen you before, can you just give a quick rundown on what your specialty is and what you do? Because you're a bit different to a lot of people.
I found that, I've been reading for a really, really long time, and I, like, in the beginning would kind of do the stock standard kind of reading, and I kept on getting pushed to move myself away from that, and sometimes that's a bit scary, because you get a bit afraid of, oh, was I right? Am I, why, being afraid of giving so much information. But what I've found over the years, and it's been over 40 years now, is that people now more than ever really need the direction, or at least be given the opportunity to have a look around the corner. And so for the past 5 years, I have specifically called myself a futurist. And there's not many of us. In fact, I think I've only ever met one other futurist, and they're in America, and she's in her 70s. So, it's a very unique way of reading, and it's very specific. I'm just the mouthpiece. We all have guides. We all have guardian angels. We all have family that have passed on. And so I get an overload of information. I hear it, I see it, and I feel it. And all I'm going to do is pass on what your guides have in store for you. I find family, when I'm on a mediumship level, they tell me all about you, and then your guides go, okay, this is what's got to happen in the next 3 months. This is what you need to be looking for. This is who you need to be looking for. So I'm not afraid to be very, very specific. Sometimes it might feel like a little kick up the bum, or a little tap across the back of the head to say, come on, wake up, it's time, life is too short. And I'm not afraid of the information I get to pass on, because it's always positive, proactive, and preventative. And I will never say to you, oh, you're going to have a car accident. What the information, that's very irresponsible, because you could go out and have an accident just because you're worried about it. But they will turn around and go, in the month of January, on a Wednesday, after 4 p.m, if it's raining, don't get into the grey car. So it's extremely specifically detailed. And there's a reason for that, because if we can prevent that accident from happening, that's wonderful. Now, we all have free will, we all have free choice. If you don't listen to the information that they give you, that's on you. I've had people who've come back to me and gone, well, that didn't happen. And they will say, yes, but you didn't do this, this, and this to make that happen. So now you're going the long way round. So if you still want it to happen, you've still got to do those things. So it is very different. It isn't general. In fact, it's extremely non-general. And the more questions you ask them, the more answers they give. And people say to me, well, when should I have another reading? And most people will get one a year. But I say to people, when you've got more questions, and you'll let them answer it. So I'm just the mouthpiece. Yeah. It is very unique. And it's, I watch people's shoulders when they arrive and when they leave. And there's an anxiety and a worry that's there in the beginning, and then when they leave, they're sitting taller. There's hope and there's direction, and just tell me what I've got to do, and I'll do it. And at the end of the day, they're all there to help you have a better life, to have your best life. So if you listen to your guides, if you listen to your guardians, they're there to help you. And like I said, I'm just lucky enough to be the mouthpiece to be able to pass on this information. There's nothing special about me other than what I'm able to do, and I love that I can do it. Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense. So, how much are your readings?
So I only do hours. I don't do half hours, because I've found over the years that people will start to have half an hour and then they want another, keep going, and I've already got somebody else waiting. So I don't do less than an hour. It's $150 for an hour reading, and I welcome you to record. I think there's no way that you can remember everything. And if someone doesn't record their reading, like if someone in our industry doesn't want you to record, I'd be a bit cautious on that, because you shouldn't be afraid of having your reading recorded, because it's really important for your client. So yeah, and you can go to 100%. The futuristpsychic.com.au. There's a little video on the website that explains in more detail about how I work and what else I do. And if you like the Futurist Psychic page after this evening, you'll actually go in the draw to get something lovely from me for doing that. So if you'd like to like the Futurist Psychic, that would be awesome.
Awesome. I'm just getting the link now, because it was linked on the old thingy, but it's not linked on this feed.
But I'm so grateful.
The questions you prefer are things.
Yeah, they need to be specific. Only in what's the use of bumbling around in generalized questions when here you have someone who can actually answer something quite specific. And there's very few in the industry that can do that. So why not take advantage of that and ask something that you'd really like to know?
Exactly.
In saying that, I'm not going to give you lotto numbers. I'm not going to tell you when you're going to pass away. Not going to tell you if your partner is having an affair. I'm not going to be answering those questions specifically, but also be very mindful of what you ask, because you are on a live feed. So yes, you can be personal. Just be really careful, because I don't want to embarrass people or too delicate a subject. So if you want to know about career, if you want to know about where you're living, if you want to know about children, if you want to know about relationships on a small general way of how things can be improved, I'm your person. I can help you with that.
Yeah, so we're talking going to have a baby next year rather than what's coming up for me in the next 6 as a distinction.
Yes. I mean, it's a very general. We could talk about 500 different things, and we have to make it fair for everybody that comes onto the lives. We want to try and answer as many questions as we can, and be fair for everybody. And if we get you this time, I'll be back, and we'll try and get you the next time.
That's exactly right. All right, I hope that makes sense, guys. I just wanted to clear that up for everyone. And I'm going to jump to Marianne. What does she need to know about her career?
Okay. Marianne, you've got to stop sitting on your hands and just you've got to start to shine more than you are. I feel like you're extremely capable. I see you looking at people that you work with and how things are being done, and the ideas that you have in improving how it should be done. And I you have to make the change happen. Like, you have to stick up your hand and go, you know what? Yes, I want to learn that course. Yes, I'm going to stick my hand up and do that. And the more you start to use your voice, the better the opportunities for work are going to be. And I feel like you've been in the shadows for too long. I feel like this next 3 years for you is a strong growth phase, but sitting on your hands is not going to make it happen, and wishing it to happen isn't going to make that happen either, because you're not very clear on what it is that you want. One thing I teach my manifestation students is you need the universe to listen to you, so you have to be extremely outspoken for yourself. Really sit down and write the things that you really, really want, and be very clear. And the clearer your requests are, the easier that you're going to be getting those requests. So I kind of feel that you've just been sitting back, and they're saying, no, come on, it's now your time to shine. So anything that is being offered at the moment on a course level or on improving yourself, you need to put both hands up for. And once you start doing that, things will be so much better, and you will be in a much better position financially and in how you're feeling with yourself with the work that you're going to be doing. So thank you so much for that question, and I hope that helps. Thanks, Marianne.
That's awesome.
Jess. Okay, Jess, I feel like discord in the ranks. I think that's the only way that I can describe what it is they're showing me. And I feel like there's a situation of an opportunity of, because someone leaves, there'll be an opportunity for you. And that this discord, not bullying per se, but I just feel that there's a negativity there, and there's like a ringleader, and I feel that the one who's creating the most turbulence, there's going to be some issues personally, and I feel that there'll be no choice but for them to leave. And it's like a bad apple, once you remove that bad apple, nothing else goes off. Everything is all the other apples are going to be okay. And I feel closer to May than right now, but closer to May that there's an upgrade. And I don't know if it's someone stepping in and changing how it's going to be done, like new broom sweeps clean. But definitely the opportunity, it just seems a lot calmer and a lot more opportunity being offered, because everybody's on the same page instead of trying to outmaneuver each other. Like it's not very pleasant at all. It doesn't feel. There is the possibility for you to actually change completely what it is you're doing, if that is what you want. But don't leave the place that you're in right now. I feel like you need to be where you are right now. And I feel like if you can hang in there for a little bit longer, things will improve. And there is that temptation to leave and to go find something else. And then they're sort of saying, well, you're going to miss out actually on an opportunity if you do that. So if you can hang in where you are for the moment, just know that the wicked, I won't say witch, but the wicked person of the West won't be there for much longer. And that will make the whole way of working there completely different. So there you are, Jess.
Jess says, oh my God, this is spot on.
That's lovely. Thank you.
And Mariette said,
great. That's wonderful. Oh, it's lovely to get feedback so quickly. It's awesome.
I like this question.
Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate
it. Danina, can you help a missing rescue dog?
Okay. Okay. Okay, Sandra, I just need to ask, do you live near water? I know that's a general question, but are you near the ocean, or are you on the coast? Is there a lake near you? If we can, I feel like as the dog, I feel very scared. I feel like being in a strange area, so not where they are normally from. Injured. They may have been hit by a car, so disorientated, but not to a point where they can't move, but there's certainly some injury. My face, they might have got a knock on the chest and face. As upsetting as that is, I feel that they will be led to care. I feel that they will be led to someone that will help them. And the person that finds them is actually taking their dog for a walk, but I can see water. So I don't know if it's walking along a beach or walking near a creek but down near the water. I can hear cars behind me, but I can see water in front of me. It'd be interesting to find out. Lake or river near where he went missing. Okay. I'm going to ask them, is it lake or river? I want to say river. They're qualifying quite strongly and saying no, river. And it's being found, and it's somebody with another dog who's off leash and finds the dog. And a lost and found site. So if you're on Facebook and there's a local lost and found, I feel like someone will say, we went out walking and we found this. Does anybody know who belongs? But I feel through that Facebook connection, then there'll be more awareness. So whether you put it out on those sites to say that the dog is lost, but it just doesn't feel completely lost. I feel like they will be found, and it will be because of the kindness of someone else that owns the dog, and being reunited. Can you just tell me, is there another dog at home? Okay. Sandra, do you have another dog at home? Because I don't feel like the dog was on its own.
On all the Facebook.
Okay. I feel
no.
Okay. So if you don't have the other dog at home, then I feel that the person that is going to find him has one or two. I think it has two dogs. So they might be actually walking with two dogs and then finding your dog. I'm not saying that I don't know if the 2 weeks that's how long they've already been missing, or that it's all up 2 weeks. But you will there is a positive outcome, not a negative one. And there's nothing that you can do. It takes someone else walking their dogs and the dogs actually finding Romeo. And I see a vet looking them over and saying, okay, well, it's going to cost this bit, but you'll have it worthy of fixing. Sometimes a vet will look at an animal. Yeah. Oh, isn't that interesting? Because the 2 is an 11 as well. That makes a lot of sense. But I'm confident that he will be found, but not where he initially went missing from. I think there's been quite a distance. Someone actually may have taken him and driven him somewhere, and he's got out, because where he's walked, he's never walked there before. So I feel that where he is or where he'll be found is not in an area that you would be able to look. But where they find him is where there is running water. So please keep us posted, Sandra. There's nothing worse when our fur babies go missing. I don't know what I'd do if our boy went missing, but you've done everything that you possibly can. Someone's going to see it on Facebook, and keep an eye, because I kind of feel it's more that Facebook messaging kind of level rather than a newspaper or at the vets. I feel like somebody will, so keep splashing his photo, but then you'll get a message out of the blue that, is this your dog, because we found him such and such. So broaden your area a little bit north from where you are. So don't just use the sites that are close to you, go further up north as well. So good luck, honey, but he will be back, I promise you. Someone's had him. Someone's had him. Someone definitely, but I feel like he's getting away, or they've let him go. But definitely I can be fine. Okay, Rebecca. Rebecca, I feel like you need a test run. I feel like the idea that you have of what you want to do needs some practice, needs some strength to it, to make sure that it's exactly what it is that you want to do. So in a test area among family, friends, and a smaller community of people, to trial what it is that you want to do. We always say support small business, support your local business, support the people locally that are setting up business for themselves. And you have friends and family that have other friends that could support you. And I feel like a little part-time extension first, and then I feel like something will change quite dramatically, because you're going to be doing that, and your idea will strengthen, and then the business that you do set up is going to be far more successful because you've done that. So the short answer is yes, absolutely, but I feel you need to crawl before you walk and then start running, and I feel like you almost need a test environment to make sure that what you're wanting to do is what people are going to want to buy or want your service. So and it's also a good opportunity to build up referrals and testimonials, so that when you do launch, you've already got people that are happy with what you're doing. So you can't, if you just go out there, there's no use opening up a shop and not putting any signage up front and not opening the door and just sitting in there waiting for people to come to you. It doesn't, unless you sell nappies and formula and the thing, and things that people absolutely need. You've got to create the interest, and you need to know what it is that is going to be successful for you. So just slowly to start with. I see this growth period between now and August as your trial period, and then you'll change what it is that you're wanting to do or how you're going to do it. And then the big launch, I feel, will be August, September. And if you do that, you're actually going to be far more successful, to a point where you won't need to work for anybody else or do anything else extra. But I maybe some extra training in small business in how to set up, making sure tax-wise and all the regulations and things that you might need to learn about as well. But from then, it'll be full steam ahead, and you will, as long as you put your systems in place, then you will be successful. If you try and just, it's no use having having a business if you don't open the doors every day at a certain time, if you're all over the place and people come and everything's shut, then people aren't seeing you as reliable. So, you know, it's a big step to open up a business, but you have to actually be reliable and be available and provide the service that you intend. And I just think that having that practice to begin with builds the momentum to a point where you'll actually start to succeed very, very quickly. So good luck in whatever it is that you're doing, Rebecca, and just try not to overextend yourself. Start small. Perfect. That's wonderful. Still a little bit longer to go in that test time. And I kind of feel that you will refine what it is and what your prices are going to be. And you know, Facebook's going to be your best friend. Facebook and Instagram are going to be your best friend to get you more business. So making sure that, you know, websites and Facebook pages and all that sort of thing is there. But the most important thing is referrals and testimonials. They are everything in a business. Yes, you are going to upset the apple cart.
Marianne's comment here.
Yeah. Yes, you will upset the apple cart, but do you know what? You've got to look after you. You absolutely have to look after you, and you absolutely you deserve that. You deserve to make something for yourself. Nobody's going to put it on a silver platter for yourself but you. Okay, and Eileen can ask questions anytime. We don't need to open air that. That's
Eileen will book me.
Yes. All right, honey. What have we got next?
We have so many questions here. All right, let's go.
You know, sometimes we think better the devil we know than the devil we don't know. And that's a safe option. And you've put so much effort and so much, you can see the capacity that Russell has. You can see how good it can be. But he doesn't see it. And I feel like you go round and round and round in circles, and it never progresses from that point. And some of that is fear. Some of that is what's happened to him before in his relationships and with you. And I feel this, you know, it's frustrating for you. I can feel the frustration because you've made your mind up and he's clueless, you know, on that level and excuse-itis without even meaning to be. He's just not ready. And you settle for in some ways or make excuses for him in some ways because he isn't giving you 100%, and you need to value yourself. So, you know, I think you'd be waiting a really long time for him to change, and then someone else will come along that is easier for him, not necessarily the best person, but easier for him, and break your heart all over again. And so your guides are saying you're better off being alone. Yeah, you're better off actually not having your heart ripped out every 10 minutes in you know, piece by little piece as the disappointments are there. and I'm not condoning to leave or stay. That's definitely your choice, but it's a really hard road. And one thing I've learned over the years, if you hit brick walls, if you are struggling, if it becomes issue after issue, then maybe the universe is trying to tell you that it's not the right person and not the right direction. Yes, some things are worth fighting for, but I get to a certain point with the information that they give me, and they say, you deserve so much better. And if you want to know more about who's coming into your life, then book a reading and I'll be more than happy to tell you. But if you're asking specifically about Russell, I just think you're ready. You have that love and that caring, but I don't think he has the capacity to return that, and you deserve so much more. So, but it's entirely up to you. You know, I think you've waited long enough, and yeah, you deserve a king, because you're a queen, and you're not being treated that way. You're very welcome, honey. Okay, that's a long one, but I love it, Erin. Erin, I want to say, you know what? You could have done this 12 years ago. You could have done this from the age of 12. Like, it's always been with you, and it's always part of you, always. And the gift is there. You know, you kind of don't need to be trained by anybody. I know that probably sounds a little bit ridiculous, but you've just got to start believing, and maybe just practicing more, and around people who are supportive. So it's very, very good to be part of an ethical group, an ethical support group in our industry. And and you have to find yours. You have to find who you're comfortable, where you're led. There's a reason why you're watching tonight. There's a reason why I'm answering your questions. The universe does amazing things, and I just feel that they're already trying to give you stuff. They're already trying to make you hear, and I just feel that it's a lack of confidence, and that comes with practice. So yeah, finding the right people is very hard. I'm not sure where you're located, so perhaps if you private message me and tell me where you're from, I can perhaps give you some suggestions of some lovely supportive people that you can get some help with. It's not all about spending thousands of dollars on a gift that you've already got. It's just about getting the extra support and encouragement and on the right path, so that you also are ethical, that you also come at this in the right heart space. And there's a lot of ego in this industry, and a lot of jealousy, and most times I very much keep to myself, but I'm very, very, very fortunate to have made the acquaintance of some absolutely beautiful spiritual people, and people who are great psychics, great mediums, great clairvoyants. So please private message me, and if I can help lead you to someone to help you move forward, because you are definitely meant to accept your gift with open arms and help other people with it. And it's such a strong burning calling within you, and you know, it's now or never. And I feel that the last 16 months has been a learning curve of perhaps some negative people and situations that you've been in, and they're saying the next 3 years is of complete growth. And feeling centered in and comfortable in what it is that, you know, for me, being a futurist is my thing. For some people, it's using tarot. For other people, it's being a medium. You have to find where your soul sings and sit in that. And the only way that, you know, I can remember the spiritual classes I used to teach in Melbourne, and you learn across the board, or you teach across the board different things, and some people will absolutely love one thing and not the other. You have to figure out what it is by how you feel and how easy it is to use, and then from there. But nobody can make that choice for you. Nobody should be sitting in front of you and going, you must do this before you can be that. That's between the universe and you, you know. But to be open enough to teach different things, and it's a bit like the game of hot and cold. If it feels cold, if it's not responsive, if you don't feel good about it, it's not what you're meant to be doing. But if you feel excited and you feel tingly, and if you feel warm, and you know, then that's what you should be working with. And we just got to put you in front of the right people. So please go to Danina Scrivener or the Futurist Psychic and send me a message, and I will definitely try and put you in front of some people that can help you. So thank you, Erin. That's a great question. Mornington Peninsula. Okay. All right. Message me, and I'll definitely put you in front of some people. I used to live in Melbourne, and used to work in Rye, so I know the Mornington Peninsula really well. So look forward to hearing from you. Thanks, Erin. Okay, Maya, you know, we all have good intentions of, okay, next year the love of my life is definitely going to come. And it would be lovely, and I wish I could say that the man of, you know, the person of your dreams is going to be next year. And they're kind of saying it's not going to happen that quickly. But I don't want to give you that information for you to be disappointed. I feel like there's a point where you've got to love yourself first, and I feel that you should look at between now and March 2022 as I'm going to love me so much that I'm going to attract the person that's going to absolutely adore me. And I kind of feel not happy in my own skin. I'm not doing what makes my soul sing. I'm not doing, and you know, I feel frumpy. There's no other word to describe how I feel. I feel uncomfortable in my own skin, and I feel not unhealthy, but I just feel like I'm you know, I'm not happy with myself. And until you get to a point with loving yourself to a point of, I'm so proud of me, and I'm, you know, I deserve to be with the best person ever. If you don't get to that point, it's very difficult for someone to be attracted to you that is the right person. So I want you to take this opportunity to be enjoying life to the fullest, be putting your hand up for everything. I don't normally put a card up because it's not kind of how I work, but they are showing me the Lovers as the top card. So they're saying in this lifetime you will have your soulmate, and they will be somebody that you've felt like you've known them all your life. It is not someone that you already know. And one thing with my readings is, like she's saying, I appreciate your honesty. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear just because I want to give you a great reading. You know, I'm not going to tell you that your soulmate's going to come in next week. I'm not going to do that because I want you to be able, you know, I have relationships of clients that I've had for 25, 30 years and they keep coming back. Why? Because they're happy with the information that they've been getting, and they're happy with the support and where their life is headed. A couple of times I've had to say, I told you so, but most times people listen. But, you know, so it's not going to be next year. Next year is about loving you. Next year is about getting healthy and actually enjoying your own company and not feeling like a relationship is going to complete you. You should be complete and content in yourself. And then once you've done that, this person is just going to be coming into your life. And, you know, just a note on the side, there is a move for you, which actually helps the relationship happen. So, you know, be open to that and be open to not being stuck where you are. But I do see it happening, but just not next year, honey. Next year is about having fun and loving yourself more than you have been. I hope that helps. Thanks, Maya.
Awesome. All right, we got Prachi as well over on YouTube, and my voice is going funny. So cool.
It's a loaded question. What you're asking is, are they going to contact me again, and is there going to be something positive on a reuniting kind of level? And I don't feel that that's possible. So my short answer is no. And if you try and force the situation, it's not going to be pleasant. So I just don't see that possibility, and finding any excuse is not going to be the outcome that you actually will desire. I think, you know, trying to force the issue is not going to make that situation change. You know, it's that whole thing of the better the devil we know than the devil we don't know, and we get afraid of new relationships, and sometimes there's a very big reason why we are not in a relationship with someone. And it's very, very, very rare for a relationship to be reunited. You might hear of someone who went to school and had a childhood sweetheart kind of relationship, and then, you know, they get married to somebody else, and the other person gets married to someone else, and then they get divorced and they meet each other 30, 40 years later. But that story happens like less than half of 1%. And most people who've been in a relationship, there's very good reason why they're not in a relationship now. And I don't think the lessons that were in that relationship have been learnt, and I just don't. I think it would be the same old reasons as to why you broke up in the first place. So I want to say to you that you actually did, again, and it seems to be a running theme tonight, you actually deserve better. And perhaps you might need a full reading to figure that out. But yeah, that's the information that they're giving me for you, honey.
Yes.
Oh, isn't that beautiful? I am so grateful for doing, this kind of platform. And there's quite a few others out there also doing this, amazing thing. And it's not all about money. It's not all about promoting yourself. I don't do this to promote myself. I'm quite busy, and sometimes it takes 3 weeks to a month to get in to see me, and that's just the way the universe works, and I'm very grateful to be doing what I do full time. But it's so lovely when you hear beautiful testimonials like that. And Eileen, I'm so grateful to be working alongside you, and I will work with you any day of the week. There's an ethics about you that I love, and morals, and you're just gorgeous, and I appreciate you so much. And I'm also very grateful to give this opportunity for you to be able to make connection for your people that are watching, that watch you on a regular basis. And it's lovely to take a small amount of that time to show people what I'm capable of and what I could do to help. So thank you.
No, you see, I don't do this. It's not about me, and it's not about. Look, I appreciate the recognition and I'm grateful for all of that. But for me, it's about I'm not the same as anyone else. And I think it's important for people to know that different psychics, mediums, whatever, have a different way of doing what we do. And maybe it's not my way that works with you. And I'm exactly the same. I will encourage people to go and see someone different. And I have people on here who do different things to show that, and so that my followers can actually go and see someone if they feel it's right, if that makes sense. It's not about me.
And the universe.
But this has never been about me.
No. And it's not about me either. The most important people are the people actually watching this live. And what take in the universe to make that happen, for you to be on, for me to be on, and for them to be watching. And there's a reason for it.
Yep.
And that's what I love.
Exactly right.
It blows my mind, but that's what I love.
Yes.
And it's exciting, and it's wonderful, and it's there for everybody. And you love what you do as well, and it's so wonderful to be able to take someone from complete hopelessness to the light switches on, the hope returns, and they're okay. It's like helping a toddler that's learning to walk, and just prop them up, get them going, or watching a child that's starting to learn to ride a bicycle, and you're holding on to the end and you're helping them get started, and then they're off doing what what they love doing. And that's what it's like for me, is being able to just help in the beginning and guidance along the way, and just watching them grow and become the people that they're meant to be, instead of being sad and unhappy and full of despair, full of questions, full of the unknown. And it's not the unknown. The universe has created us to help you move forward, and that's exciting. Okay, enough chatting. Let's answer some more questions.
100%. I've got Michelle.
Okay, Michelle, the very first thing that they're showing me is her whole demeanor has changed. Her whole the child she was and who she has, it's unfortunate with teenagers, they do tend to change, but I feel there's some deep-seated reasons as to why she's changing. It's not just the fact that she's a teenager. There is some bullying going on. Like, I'm feeling a center of attention, but not in a good way. And it's hard to be a helicopter parent. And you can sense that there's something wrong. You can sense that there's been some changes, but the more you ask, the more you try and get it out of her, the more she clams up, or the more difficult she becomes. And there's a level of depression there, I have to say. There's an imbalance in the chemical imbalance. So whether the hormones are out of whack as well. I'm not sleeping well, or I'm up at night and difficult to wake up during the day. My body image I'm not happy with, and that's, I think, some part of that bullying. Trying to do this yourself is not going to work. I really feel that someone needs to step in on a professional level. I think she needs to talk to someone, or invite her friends. I feel like there is a friend that she may have pulled away from because it's wanting to sort of get in with another crowd, and maybe fish with that other friend just to see what's going on. Not 20 questions, Spanish Inquisition, but just gently. And I feel that this other friend will give you some more information. No use looking for a diary because it's all on her phone. I feel like there's text messages and things that are not positive, but there's nothing handwritten. So it's no use turning her bed upside down for a diary because I don't see one. I want to cough, so I don't know if she's actually had some smoking because I'm wanting to cough, so I don't know if that's something that she's been hiding. Excuse me. As well. But definitely, look, you're definitely not making this up. Okay, you're definitely on that wavelength. You're a wonderful mum, and you're going to try and do right for her. And I just feel that may have to come in from someone else. I don't want to go into any more detail on that on this kind of public forum. So, Michelle, if you want to message me, I can just give you some extra information that they're giving. But please, there's no charge. If you're, I had someone message me from the last one, and she was like, "How much do I need to pay you for answering that question?" And I'm like, no, I just want to do it privately. I want to put it on the public forum because somebody that she'd been on with before was like, "Oh yeah, I'll answer you, but you give me $100 before I actually do that," And it was incredible that someone would actually be doing that, you know. So I'm not going to give you a full hour reading for free. If you want to know more and want detail and that sort of thing, yes, please, I'd love you to book a reading with me. But to answer this question for you privately and to just give you a little bit extra information of what's going on, I am happy to do that. But it's not 20 questions, you know. I'm happy to answer this question with some more detail. But I've had some people actually message afterwards and go, oh, well, you know, I want to know this, and this. And I'm going, that's great. That's really, really lovely. Please book in for a reading. But this is, you know, I've got to make it fair for everybody. But I just don't want to put everything. I don't want to put dirty laundry out for everybody to see, Michelle. And so I'm more than happy to answer that question a bit more privately. And thank you so much for asking that question, because we're going to get the help that she needs. Okay. And it's not majorly serious. So please don't let that, I can feel your head already going, oh my God, what is it? I'm not trying to give you some answers that, oh my God, you've got to be worried about this. I just need to be a bit more private in some of the things that they're showing me. And I don't want to be saying that to everybody. So don't think that it's the worst, okay? Because we do as mums. We think, oh my God, you know, something terrible's going to happen. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, let me just give you the little bit of extra information they're giving me. So hang in there, Michelle, and I look forward to hearing from you.
All right, Tamara.
Tamara. Tamara, I think this has been a really long, hard road, and I feel like you've been told that you can't. I feel like that's already been a conversation, and I feel hopeless. I feel like I'm, you know, that's all I want. And I want to answer this very, very, very quickly, because they are giving it to me very quickly. Yes, you will be conceiving a baby. In fact, they're showing you two. Okay? But not without intervention. So not without extra support, not without extra help. It's not something that's going to happen on your own, and of course with your partner, but I'm saying on your own as a couple. I do see the need, whether it's extra treatment or being not IVF, but certainly some extra support hormonally. I kind of feel like the womb is the attachment is not there. I just feel that you get to that point and then they don't attach. So there's some work that needs to happen on that kind of level. But you definitely are going to be able to carry your own children. And they're showing me two very close together. So once you get it right, once the level's right, once they do the support that's there, the second time, you know, the second baby is easy. You know, it's just getting through. Soon, certainly over the next 10 months. Right, so that's pretty soon, but they're saying over the next 10 months. I'd be highly surprised if you weren't pregnant by October, you know, before October next. So highly surprised. But keep searching, keep asking questions, keep finding. You'll be led to who you need to see to get the help that you need, and it will happen. So anxiety and pressure and stress can also impede pregnancy. So, you know, the reason they're giving you this information is so that you can stop stressing and stop worrying that it won't happen. You are going to be a mum, and the best mum ever. So keep going. You'll get there. Thanks, Tamara. Dika, I love this. In fact, feathers have been coming up in the last week on a conversational level, and it's been really, really, really interesting. So I say to people, we find a meaning in all sorts of things. But generally, if you find a feather where it's not supposed to be, and if you've made a decision and a choice with the universe that feathers mean something to you, then you will have an attraction to these feathers, and they will have meaning, and that's wonderful. My thing is heart-shaped stones, so things that are heart-shaped. So when and also 333 and 111. So they're my recognized communications of understanding. That's important to me. So Dika, if a white feather is important to you and you're finding a white feather, that is confirmation that you are heading in the right direction. It's a comfort, you know. I play a game with Archangel Gabriel on my radio or my Spotify actually. And I'll be joking as I'm driving down the road and go, okay, if I'm heading in the right direction or if I need to hear something, the next song is going to have some significance. And it's amazing. And sometimes it makes me laugh, sometimes it makes me cry. But that is what I have agreed as my communication. So it could be coins, head faced up or tails. It could be a rusty nail. It can be crystals. It can be all sorts of things, you know, but you have to sort of make that order to the universe yourself as to what is important for you. So I you know, for the general, if you look up white feathers, everyone has an opinion of what white feather means. What a gift for that lovely cockatoo to give you that white feather, you know, and if that makes you feel good and you feel like that you're heading in the right direction, then that's what it will be. But everybody's different, you know, and I certainly see for you that you are heading in the right direction, and you know that because you listen well and you are being guided in more ways than one, and you just keep doing what you're doing and it will be okay. So thank you, Dika. Exactly, one-on-one time. It's amazing. You know, even a car registration or a bus going by with writing on it, or it's amazing. Once you are open to messages, they come from everywhere. Sometimes it's a song, sometimes it's a picture, Facebook, newspapers. We are bombarded with messages, even as mere mortals, not even non-spiritual people. If we only just opened our eyes and our ears and saw the messages that we actually get. So, pretty awesome.
Yeah. Tamara, listen to it again. So just for your benefit, because it's there, Danina, Tamara's gone. So conceiving, it's just like won't be a problem. It's once I conceive.
Yeah, sticking
hormonally.
Yes. But how would I know that? It's not the it's It's remaining pregnant. That's
sounds
the
like
issue.
progesterone or something like that.
Right. I just feel like hormonally there's an issue with why the body is not making that happen. But it feels like the connection as the egg comes down for it to settle into the womb. I don't think chemically that is coinciding how it should be. Or it may be your eggs are actually not strong enough or not actually where they should be. So, but you'll be okay. It's a work in progress, but it will happen.
Yep. I would probably go get hormones checked out.
Yeah.
As a starting point. All right. We might actually leave it there for tonight. Thank you so much for your time, Danina. I do appreciate you being on here. I'm very, very grateful for the friendship we have and the everything.
And I'm sorry if I couldn't get through to everybody this evening. I'm not sure when you'll have me on next, but it's been an absolute pleasure being on, and thank you to everyone for their questions, and keep doing what you're doing, Eileen, because it's working.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I haven't printed out a January calendar yet. I've got a 2021 calendar. I probably need to sort that out so that I can start booking people in. But someone's a little bit behind the times.
You know what? It'll happen when it happens. But I'm happy.
That's exactly right. All right, tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow night I have either a surprise guest or me. It depends on what happens too. So have a good night, guys. I'm going to go before I cough all over everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Tomorrow night. I'll see everyone in the morning if you are around. Thank you so much, Danina. We will see you next time.
1:22, like we stopped saying goodbyes. It was 1 hour, 22 minutes and 22 seconds.